I guess we're supposed to be joyful and happy with this chapter because it's called Enjoy Great Moments. So we're going to enjoy this.
I'm gonna enjoy it.
Oh, you enjoy just about everything. That's the problem. This chapter,
That's not the problem.
oh,
That's
it's
the
not?
point.
Oh, as I read this chapter, I was thinking, I think Karen was the model
Poster
for this, so the
child.
poster child for this chapter,
Yep.
for chapter 7. Or is this chapter
Eight.
7?
This
Chapter
is
8.
eight.
Wow. Yeah. The,
Might be my new favorite.
It might be, it is your favorite. Where I thought of great sacrifice,
Yeah.
that's a
Oh.
powerful Christian thing. So you just like having fun. For anybody that knows anything about Enneagrams, which our staff has been studying a little bit, it's one of those things that helps us to learn about each other and understand each other. And Karen has done a lot of studying this and learning it, and she's a number 7. And so if you know anything about Enneagrams, a 7 is somebody who likes having fun and she doesn't like pain. She doesn't like when things are not going well. So she just enjoys life. And so that's why this chapter is just so much her. And so it was fun reading it and just trying to figure out how we as Christians, how important this part is. Being thankful in all circumstances is something that Paul says in the book of Thessalonians. So I think this is an important chapter for us. It is, and you're good at it. You look for those fun moments in life. You love going out on the trampoline with Daniel and just having fun. You love laughing with him. Tell him the story. You just had a fun moment here just yesterday, wasn't it? In Rapid City with our
Rapid.
big kids.
Yeah.
You just had a fun. What were our big kids doing?
Well, we were in Target, and they have this fragrance aisle. It's all natural fragrances. I try to
Daniel was not with you. He
use
was at home, but-
essential oils and such. And anyway, they were smelling these fragrances, so they started spraying them on themselves. But there were a lot of fragrances, and
A
so
lot.
they, one would spray it on their wrist. Mom, smell this, and then the other one would spray it somewhere else, and on someone's neck. And then we had one on Andrew's shirt. And anyway, then there were a couple girls stocking the shelves right behind us, and they were just cracking up at the kids because it was like, "Hey, Mom, smell the inside of my elbow. Hey, Mom, smell my right knee." Like, it was just so funny.
I'm
But
glad it was
as
just
soon as
Mom. I'm glad I
as
was home.
soon as we realized that these two clerks were watching us and that we were amusing them, then it just ramped it up for all of us, because then we just
Oh, I
got
have no
even
doubt.
we got even sillier because we were like, "Oh, now we got an audience." So
I'm sure you just loved it, and the kids just went along with you. Yeah, one of those moments.
I don't know that I was leading the charge on this one, but I definitely was encouraging
I'm
it.
sure you were. Yeah,
We had fun.
yeah, and I like this chapter too. It's a good chapter. It helps us to remember as Christians. I love Pastor Mike. Maybe you've heard him say it that there should be no one that enjoys life better than Christians. There just shouldn't be, because we have the right perspective on what life is, and it's an eternal perspective and how we should be living today in light of our eternal lives that we have in Christ.
And therefore, fun should be a major component
It
in our
should
life
be.
groups.
Sometimes you go all out in that though.
Oh, yeah.
Our life group, we have a lot of fun.
We have fun at our life group.
We do, and it doesn't
And
doesn't
it's
take
not
much
just
planning.
our
It just
family
happens.
life group. I led the Unbroken Ladies life group last fall, and after the first night, they were all calling me Pastor Poop and Flush. You'll have to find one of them for the story.
Yeah.
But we were having fun.
And sometimes my men's group, you should come over sometime to my men's
Should
group.
I?
Honey. Yeah,
At
it's at
6
6 in the morning,
morning?
and see how much fun you would
Not
have
happening.
at 6 in the morning. We would have fun laughing at you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have fun at the men's event, men's activities too. Laughing with each other and picking on each other some. So yeah.
Well, let's look at a couple things from the chapter here.
Yeah.
We both liked the end of the chapter here where he gave just some practical
Practical.
tips, right? We're all about practical. How do we apply this? So on 235, he talked about slowing down, and he said one of your favorite authors, John Ortberg, said, "Ruthlessly eliminate hurry from your life."
Yeah. And that's hard in this generation. It just is. Think if you have kids and they're going from event to event, it's hard to slow down.
Yeah.
And so, but I love that he has that understanding. He shares it, that one book that he wrote, having D-day moments.
John Ortberg.
John
Yeah.
Ortberg wrote that, yeah, in his books. And it's something special about that, of the idea of not allowing the world to guide you, but instead allow yourself to take a break, to stop and appreciate,
Yep.
enjoy the moment.
Yep. And like you said about the Enneagram, me being a seven, sevens go, go, go. So that one's a definite force for me. Like I have to force myself to slow down sometimes. I'm enjoying life, but I'm enjoying it at breakneck speed. So sometimes I need to slow down and enjoy it.
Sometimes I force you to, because I'm just not a seven and I don't go, go, go. Sometimes I like to take a break, and I force you to stop and smell the roses, as they might say.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The next thing you mentioned was slim down.
Yeah.
Simplify your schedule, your meals, your commitments, your goals, whatever needs simplifying. And this is one that our family has
Tried?
done over and over. Things seem to build back up, and then we have to pare down again. But we were just talking at our marriage meetup the other night with the couples there that, when our three oldest kids were little and they were all kind of doing 2 and 3 activities a piece, scouts and sports and dance and just all these different things.
Children's
And
choir, yeah.
yeah, and church things, we suddenly realized, like, why are we doing this? It was stressing them out. It was stressing us out.
And we started to realize the other families that you and I were working with. We had a bunch of young families that you were teaching, some ladies, and I was teaching some men, and we started realizing they're stressed. Now we understand why, because we were starting to see some of that.
Yeah. So we did a major overhaul for our family, and we told our kids outside of, youth group or your it was children's kids club at that time. So
Yeah.
like your one major church thing, you're only going to do one activity a season. Pick what you want to do. You can play baseball, but you can't do baseball and Cub Scouts. You can, do dance, but you can't do dance and musicals or whatever. There has to be one thing per season, so that especially with 4 kids now, to think if each of them was in 3 and 4 things, the running we'd be doing, there's no time for slowing down in that. So we've slimmed down a lot.
But the cool thing with me with that, though, honey, was that, it was hard in the moment. The kids struggled when they first heard the thoughts of it.
And our friends struggled.
Oh, they struggled a lot. But once we slimmed down and our kids realized, wait, we have more time to play, just play in the backyard and have fun and enjoy moments, they really appreciated it.
Oh yeah.
And the other people in our groups back then, they struggled because they thought that they were taking away from their kids. They didn't realize that they
Society says we have to do everything.
Yeah.
So, but I've also tried to do this, this simplifying your meals, right?
You did that, yeah.
I will kind of for a season pick a 7-day schedule of, every Monday is Mexican, and every Tuesday we're going to eat a chicken dish, and every Wednesday it's usually waffle Wednesday. So, I'll pick something. Fridays is usually pasta or pizza, but, there can be some change within that. Like we don't have tacos every Monday. We have something different Mexican, but it helps me.
I like chicken enchiladas.
You like chicken enchiladas?
They're good.
Yeah. But
I would
helped
enjoy that
me
moment
to have a narrowed menu and a little bit of focus with that. That was simplifying for me, that it wasn't every day, oh my goodness, what are we going to eat tonight? But simplifying.
But it was simplifying with creativity in the midst of it. I mean, you narrowed it down, but yet there was still creativity. Like you said, there was differences in the midst of it. So I thought it was great. It helps us to.
Sometimes it was fruit on the waffles. Sometimes it was syrup.
That's right. That's right. So, but I always thought it was good that because it simplified, it allowed us to focus, and then with that, we were able to enjoy moments because we weren't constantly trying to figure life out.
Yep.
What was the next one? Sit
down. And it says most of us either live for tomorrow or live because of yesterday. So our focus is always either on what's coming next and getting to it, or backward thinking. And I'm sure you, as can I, know a lot of people who are either always striving, reaching, planning, or who are living in the past and just can't seem
glory
to.
Days.
Right. And so this idea is just about enjoying this moment.
And we both have fallen into that. I mean, absolutely we have. For me, with my parents, especially, passed away, there's many times that I think back to the days of when my parents were here, and and it keeps me sometimes from enjoying the moment.
And as a 7,
You're always
I'm always
looking
about
what's
the
next.
future. What's next? What's next? What's next? And so even, I realized it this year at special prom. In the middle of special prom, I wasn't enjoying the moment because I was already thinking, how am I going to make this better for next year? What am I going to do next time? How am I
Yep.
going to improve this? And that was where my mind was instead of enjoying it. And so this really has to be an intentionality thing
I think you
for
highlighted
us.
this line in the book about 7 times. Read that line for them.
It just says, so live today, enjoy this moment.
Yeah, so just how can we do that? I mean, think of all the different moments that you had today. I mean, unless you're just watching this first thing in the morning when you're waking up, and so therefore look what throughout the rest of the day. Think of all the different moments that you could have enjoyed that maybe you missed out on because you were either looking backwards or looking forward and you missed out in that moment. And there's so many of them. There's so many amazing moments that sometimes we miss out on.
Yep.
Yeah. The next one was look around. What blessing from God can you celebrate today? Especially look at the little things that you often take for granted. With this one, Karen, I sometimes think of that, the playground time that I had with Daniel.
Yep.
That during that summer a couple years ago, or even today when I go to the playgrounds with Daniel, I love taking him to the playgrounds because I just love watching the kids and I love watching the parents interact with the kids. And sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes I'm thinking, boy, maybe they need to read this chapter to enjoy those moments and just have fun. The other day, Daniel and I were at the playground and he filled his pocket with a bunch of balloons. He just wanted to take balloons at the playground and he wanted to share them with his friends. He didn't know any of the kids there, but he just handed balloons out to the kids. And we had a blast. This one sliding board, it was a long sliding board, and you put a balloon at the bottom, and because it was almost like a wind tunnel, it would just fly back to the top. And the kids just loved laughing at that, and the parents did too. It was just one of those moments that we stopped and we just looked around, and it was
For
so
those
cool.
who don't know what a sliding board is,
Oh, no.
it's also a slide.
I got in trouble.
We think it might be an East Coast thing because we both have called it a sliding board, but when we say it around the staff, they look at us like we're nuts. So I just
We
wanted
are
to
nuts,
clarify.
if
may
you
be
Google
nuts.
sliding board,
It's
it'll come
another
up.
name for slide.
That's right.
So-
So we're not as nuts as you might think we are.
Well, just the other day, a monarch butterfly flew through the yard, and it just would come in and out and in and out, and it just reminded me of him talking about the hawk, because Kalena caught my attention and was like, "Mom, there's a monarch," and so we just stopped everything that we were doing and enjoyed that moment and just reveled in the beauty of that.
Daniel helps us do this a lot. I mean, if there's a grasshopper,
Absolutely.
we have to notice the grasshopper.
Stop and notice and
Yeah.
pause and reflect on the beauty and enormity of creation. But something we were talking about is the beauty and enormity of creation in this part of the country.
Yeah.
We've gone to Devil's Tower I don't know how many times since we've lived here, and go to the Bighorns, and just earlier this summer
a
we
lot
went.
of times in the what do they call it? The Black Hills. We spent many
Right.
many days in the Black Hills.
But the other place we went to in South
The
Dakota,
Badlands.
the Badlands. So we just went to the Badlands earlier this summer, and we were talking about it with people, and we couldn't believe how many people have lived here for years and have never been to the Badlands.
That's crazy.
It's like in our very own backyard. It's not that long of a drive, and they've never been there. And so,
It's
that's what he
beautiful.
talks about, is that sometimes we just take for granted the beauty that's all around us, and we don't stop and just enjoy it. So that's something we would encourage you to do, is if there's something in this local area that you haven't gone to.
Yeah.
We know one of you life group leaders who's lived here his whole life just went to Devil's Tower for the first time on Mother's Day. We
Yeah.
saw you there and you told us, you've lived here your whole life and never enjoyed that. And of course he enjoyed it. It's amazing. But,
Yeah.
find those things and go and enjoy something that maybe you haven't seen before. God put it here for us to enjoy. So let's enjoy it. We're getting long-winded. Okay. Plan in.
I'm just enjoying your
You're
beauty.
just
honey.
enjoying me.
Yeah.
Plan in.
I made good
Schedule
points there.
great moments into your daily, weekly, monthly, and annual calendar.
Yeah.
So just this reminder that I guess enjoying life doesn't come naturally to all of us. You know, the poor staff is forced to live with me, and I make them enjoy moments from time to time.
Yeah.
Today I texted everybody and made them all text Ellie and pester her for a while. But if that doesn't come naturally to you, or you don't have someone like me in your life who forces you to enjoy your day, no eye rolling,
Yes, ma'am.
then maybe you should schedule it. Find those times, find those times. Plan your life group get together. Plan to come to life group game night or other life group activities. Plan coffee with a friend.
Well, even for us, if for a couple, we plan every Wednesday. We go out on a date at lunchtime. It's when we can do it because in the evening we have kids' activities to do. So at lunchtime we go out on a date. Every Wednesday, you'll see us out at one of the restaurants. It's adult time. We talk. We have fun. We laugh. So yeah, plan it. Yeah, be all about it. I love this chapter, not as much as she does, but yeah, God says enjoy life. If you're a Christian, it should come natural. So you're a life group leader, lead in it. Tell others how you are enjoying life.
Yeah. And the 2 action steps at the end of the chapter, the live it out, were to take some small steps this week towards slowing down. That's one that I need to put into practice.
Yep.
But the other one was to schedule an unhurried lunch so you can enjoy a special person in your life. So our challenge to you as a life group leader is pick someone from your life group,
Maybe some of you don't know as well yet.
or maybe someone that you really have fun with,
Sure.
and schedule either a lunch or a coffee date in this upcoming week. Schedule something and do it just for fun. Not like to vent or gripe about things, but just do something fun with someone from your life group this week.
Okay. Sounds like fun.
Sounds like fun.
Okay. We'll see you next time.